Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of After the License, the podcast where we help real estate agents build their business. As always, if you're listening to the podcast, don't hesitate to check us out on YouTube. We're releasing some YouTube specific content that you don't want to miss. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can also get a lot of these daily episodes via our podcast channel, basically anywhere you get podcasts. Today, we are going to talk about if it's necessary to have a nice car to sell real estate. So this is a question that comes up more often than not. I think a lot of it has to do with the TV shows that are on these days, the Netflix programs, and we see a lot of people on HGTV driving $100,000 vehicles, $250,000 vehicles, and they're selling these multi-million-dollar luxury properties. And so people feel like in order to be successful in real estate, they need to have some type of fancy luxury car. And the answer is no. It's just not necessary. I'll tell you a story. When I started in real estate, I had a very, very cheap car. I could not afford much to begin with. And in fact, the car died on me several times. And I actually had to have clients and colleagues actually jump me to get it started. Now, would I recommend that for you? No. But get a car that you can afford. Get a car that makes sense. Make sure it is clean. Make sure it works. And most clients are going to be okay with that. If you're really, truly embarrassed about your vehicle and you can't afford something new, find a way to make it work. I would go to listing appointments and I would park my car down the street and I would walk a half a block and before I got to the house, right? I didn't park in the driveway because I didn't want people to see my vehicle. I didn't want people to judge me on that. When I worked with buyers, I just said, hey, let's take separate vehicles and I'll follow you, right? Or I would borrow a friend's car or rent a car if you have to, if you're really embarrassed and you need it for a day or two. But at the end of the day, it does not make sense to go out and buy some fancy vehicle. Fancy vehicles don't pay for lead generation. They don't help you follow up with your database. They don't help you follow up with your sphere of influence. It might make you seem successful, but at the end of the day, it's probably better that you take that money and invest it into your real estate business versus just having a huge car payment. So if you're brand new and you don't have a huge budget for a vehicle, that is okay. Work with what you have. Find something that's makes sense for you and makes sense for your budget. And again, make sure it runs and make sure it's clean and make sure it's nice. You don't have to go above and beyond. A lot of times I think this is a mental block new agents have. They say, man, I'm only going to be successful when I can wear the nicest clothes, or I'm only going to be successful when I can drive the nicest cars because then people will know I'm successful and I know I'm good in real estate, and that's how it works. When at the end of the day, most clients care about, are you trustworthy? Do they believe you? Are you knowledgeable, right? Do you have their best interests at heart? And 99 times out of 100, if you can convey those things, you're going to win the client. And most people aren't going to care about what car you drive. Again, if you think about your clients, are they driving those types of cars that we see on Netflix shows and HGTV? If not, you probably don't need to either. So stick with it. I know it can be frustrating as a new agent, especially when you see people having success and you see people with those fancy vehicles, but work with what you got, invest in your business. Consistency over the long term is going to win out every single time. So, guys, I hope that was helpful. As always, if you found good value from this content, give it a thumbs up and we'll catch you next time.